So this is Shelly Saves the Day. I'll let her introduce herself in her own words. I'll tell you the way I came across her content. I think just like being in the circle of like, you know, content creators, you basically, let me get myself on the screen here. You basically start seeing people who's doing their thing. And she was one of the people who I saw doing their thing. And I was like, oh man, her content is really dope, really super informative. And I started following her. And then ever since then, I've just been a fan of her work. So if you're not subscribed to her channel, definitely go subscribe to her channel, Shelly Saves the Day. She actually has a couple channels and all of them are just as good. All of them are just as informative. So shout out to you. In your own words, go ahead and let the people know who you are. And yeah, we'll just start right there.
Okay. Hey everyone, I'm Shelley and I have a YouTube channel called Shelly Saves the Day. And on that one, we're usually talking about video editing and, you know, so you can learn how to do more with your video edits. And I have another channel, it's called Vertical Video Vixen, which Eliseo said earlier. And on there, we talk all about vertical video, how to repurpose your content, how to film vertical and edit vertical. So if you're interested in that, come check that out.
Hey, that's what's up, man. So thank you for being on the show with me. I know you're super busy, and what I like to do on this show is actually just have a really casual conversation. I know people get on me, hey, you don't have a run a show and you don't have all these specific questions, but I try to keep my conversation super like free flowing. You know what I'm saying? There's other shows that they're super dialed in, but I'm not that dialed in because you never know what jewel you'll get if you just let the conversation take its own legs, kind of, if that makes sense. So I have a super free flowing conversation. So no pressure. Okay. But we like to hear your story, like how you even like got into content creation and how, you know, it's kind of like made, you know, how in your life, like what it means in your life and like, you know, maybe some future plans. I know we could talk about TubeBuddy because that's a big thing we'll talk about in a few, because shout out to you. Congratulations on that. Yeah. So how does Shelly Save the Day come to fruition? Like, how did that happen? Like, you know, tell us how you got into content.
Tell us the backstory. Every hero has their backstory, right? Their origination tale.
Yeah.
So yeah, the way that Shelly Saves the Day came to be way back in the day, I was auditioning for a dance team, an NFL dance team. And I didn't know anything really about makeup too much. And I went to the audition and the coach kind of gave me one of these up and downs. And she says, like, you need to go learn how to do makeup. I know. She says, go to the Mac counter and tell them that you're trying to audition for this team and that they'll know the look we're going for. So I went and had my first like makeup lesson. And I went home with this pile of products and I was kind of like, what am I supposed to do with all this stuff? And so I went home and I started looking up YouTube videos on the products that I had purchased that they'd put on me. And I was just like, okay, what am I supposed to do with all this? And that's when I first started kind of really getting into beauty YouTube videos. And so that was a big part of that. And that was back in the Michelle Phan, Marlena style makeup geek days. And so I just fell into this rabbit hole of like, oh, wow, look at all of this. Like, look at all the stuff I'm learning, which was just really, really cool, right? Now, I decided many years later that I was like, I kept watching all of these beauty box subscription unboxings. So they have these monthly mailers where they send you out products and like people would unbox them and share what they had. And after a while, I started watching them and I was just like, I could do this. Like, I don't know what this isn't that special. Like, this isn't that hard. I could probably do this. Like we all say sometimes when we just watch people on YouTube, like, this isn't that hard. And then I went down this rabbit hole of trying to figure out, like, how do I do lighting? How do I do this stuff? How am I going to video edit when it wasn't really in my wheelhouse, you know? Yeah. And so I was like, well, I can't teach tutorials, but I can tell people what comes out of a box and my opinion on it. So I was like, I was all set and I was going to do a couple of these videos and I did 2.
Wow.
And then I went over to a friend's house and I said, you know, it was just kind of like, hey, I'm thinking about starting this YouTube channel. You know, I'd already put out a video. And she was like, oh my God, I've been wanting to do a YouTube channel. Like, no, this is amazing. I think we should do a channel together. So since I'd only had like 2 videos, we ended up doing a channel together. It was a beauty channel for a while. And so we were doing this channel for about a year. And then after a little while, I was just like, well, I want to talk about more than makeup and skincare. Or do unboxings. I want to talk about video editing and I want to talk about cameras and I want to talk about what to do when you're first getting started.
Wow.
And she wasn't really interested in doing that kind of stuff. So we ended up eventually breaking apart into 2 channels. And that's when Shelly Saves the Day really came to be, because I wanted to talk about those things for new up and coming content creators because I didn't think there was a lot of also females teaching people how to do this stuff. So that's where it all started.
Facts. Wow. So
yeah.
From there, so what year did you start your YouTube channel?
Oh gosh, I think it's been like 4 years now. Like YouTube years are long, right? They're fast, but they're long at the same time. So I think Shelley Saves the Day has been probably 4 years, but the beauty channel was almost a year. So technically I've been on YouTube for about 5 years.
Nice.
Which just seems crazy when you think about it. You're like, how is that even possible?
Yeah. And how many subscribers you got? I know it's not about the subscribers, but how many? It's like 40.
You know what? I think I'm really close to hitting 39,000. So I think I'm at like 38,082 or something, or like 30.
Hey.
It's like 20 or 30 away from reaching my next 1,000.
Hey,
you know,
that's what's up, man. You know?
So I'm watching it. But on the beauty channel, so I still have a beauty channel just for funsies, and I think I'm 20 people away from hitting 1,000 on that channel. So
nice.
like, you know, I have all these like other channels that are, I think on the vertical video channel, I'm 25 away from hitting 500 subscribers or something. So I'm always watching. Yeah. I'm always watching.
That's what's up, man. Well, shout out to you for not like doing it all on one channel, because it can be so sometimes like, you know, hold on one second. It could be so hard to like niche, I guess, because you're like, man, well, I want to do all these things, and it's just like a pride thing. Like, I don't want to humble myself and start 3 different channels, so I'm just gonna just force it all on this one channel, and I'm just gonna hope that people vibe with me on some.
The whole multi-passionate creator thing is such a weird, you know, lie that we like to tell ourselves that we're special and we'll just do playlists and it's gonna be fine, and it's usually hardly ever fine to have all of that content on one. So yeah, so I don't want anyone ever though to be like, you don't know what it's like to have a small channel. I'm like, girl, I had one where I was like celebrating hitting like, I'm at 78, I think, on my musical streams channel. I'm like, you know, I'm like 30 away or 22 away from hitting my own URL. So it's like, I know what it's like to be reaching for triple digits, you know?
Yeah, that's what's up.
I know.
I want to just kind of touch on something you said. Just like everybody thinks that, you know, they can just tell that lie to themselves that like, I'm special and I can do all these things, and like I can just make playlists on my channel and everything will be all right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have to drop some gems on that, because
now you can if you don't care about how fast you grow.
Yeah.
If your channel is an archival, this is just my life type channel, and you don't care about getting views. But most people selfishly, unless every single video that you upload is unlisted and only sent out to a family email newsletter, they would like to make a video and get views on videos.
Wow. Look at that. And yeah, and just be real with yourself. Like, you're doing YouTube to grow. You're doing YouTube to get views. Like, I think sometimes we can kind of get caught in that, like, well, you know, I don't really care about the channel or if it grows. Well, why are you doing it? You know what I'm saying? It's like, well, why are you doing it? You know, so I think
it's rare that someone actually says that and they mean it.
And they mean it. Yeah. That's what's up.
It does happen, but yeah, it's rare.
Cool. Well, hey, super excited to have you on. Love to hear that backstory. And so when would you say, like, you was like, well, you know, this YouTube thing is going to be serious for me. Like, it's not just going to be like a Google Drive of my passionate videos that stuff I care about, but I want to actually grow with YouTube. Like, was that from the beginning, or did it come over time for you?
I've always wanted to be teaching people things. So my mother was a school teacher. I'm very much in the like camp of educational and what I like to call Flintstone vitamins, or the principle of, if you got hit by a bus, could someone do what you do? And usually not without a lot of like training and coaching and teaching. And I want it to be so Flintstone vitamin, like easily digestible for anyone to be able to be like, I can come in, I can learn this, and I can go do something with it. So that has always been the goal of my channel, is to help creators become better creators. So whether that's removing excuses because I don't know how to video edit, or removing excuses because I don't know how the algorithm works, or removing excuses so that what you're really left with is, oh, I'm just scared and I haven't done it and I'm procrastinating. So taking away everything else, right, is like, I will teach you how to edit, just watch these videos. I will teach you how to set up your live stream, just watch these videos. I will teach you how to read your analytics or start a YouTube channel the right way from step 0. Now what do you got? You know, it's one of those like put up or shut up. Like, I will give you everything. Now go do something with it.
Man, I love that. It was like, I'm going to take every excuse from you. I'm going to, over time, if you just keep watching my channel, every excuse that you can come up with will be no more excuses. I love
Right?
that.
It's like, I don't have the fancy editing software. Great, let's show you Keynote. Let's show you how to do some stuff. Or I can't do this thing. It's like, let's show you how to do that thing. And it's like, there's a lot of like, I can't do this until I have this, right?
Wow.
On YouTube. It's like,
Wow.
I can't do it until I have a better camera. I can't do it until I have better lighting, until I have better gear. And I'm always like, you're so worried about the camera. Why don't you just use your cell phone and then like actually have better lighting? Why don't you use your cell phone and have better sound? And it's just like, everything that you're doing is actually just an excuse so that you can procrastinate. But once you strip away all that and you're like, I can put out some videos, have the first ones be crappy if you need to, but like you cannot, I always tell people, you cannot become a YouTube creator until you actually hit publish. Until then, you are a YouTube viewer, like I can watch 4,000 hours of basketball, but until you actually dribble a basketball, like it's not the same. You have to actually learn by doing. So
learn.
I'm just trying to get people to do.
Yeah, just do. Yeah, that's Diana Gladney's thing. Learn and do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And, I would even say do more than you learn. I know you have to learn, but as much as you learn, do twice as much as you learn. So it's like I would be like learn and do and then learn. It's like, so another thing I like to say too is you don't really know something unless you can show it. Like you don't really know it unless you can show it.
You don't know how well you know it until you have to try and teach it to other people, or until you have to break it down and explain it to other people. And you're like, do I actually know my stuff, or am I just kind of like winging it? Like, and that's what I love about actually being in the education space, because a lot of the time you can't fake education.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Like you have to know it to be able to explain it and teach it. And then when someone has a question, be able to like make it easily enough understood for them too. Like you have to know it.
Wow.
And so I think there's a lot of people that just end up repeating and regurgitating whatever they've heard from somewhere else, but never actually executing and doing. So it's just not the same.
Wow. That's crazy. It's like, yeah, I love that. That's really good. Yeah, you're full of gems. That's what's up. Well, we're going to have a good time tonight. What time is it? 9:33. I think we started, when you like 10 minutes, was it 10 minutes late?
It was 12 minutes late.
It was 12 minutes. Okay.
But who's counting?
And that was all my fault, by the way, guys.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know.
I was on early. I was on early. I was prepared. I even then with the, I'm going to call, you were like, call back in 5 minutes. I called back in 5 minutes and we were still early. So there was still time. And then it's still.
Yeah. That's what I usually tell people to call 5
I said,
minutes.
No matter what, you have to tell people that it was not like, I don't want you ruining my rep. I'm always early.
No. She is squeaky clean, y'all. Squeaky clean. Yeah. I usually tell people to call in 5 minutes before the show starts, but I think I'm going to start telling them like 10 minutes maybe now. So it is what it is. But thank you so much. So cool, man. I have not jumped in the comments at all. I feel bad. I was so flustered after what was going on. I forgot to show love in the comments. So if you don't mind, Shelley, we're just going to take a few minutes to do that.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. So we have, of course, Luis in the house, Dr. Elo in the house. Yeah. We got Kevin Cox in the house. We got my mother, the prayer channel with Odessa Trice is in the house. We have Rob Balasabas, as usual, supporting.
Canadian Rob.
Yeah. We got my homeboy, Stephen Holmes in the house. What's up, brother? We have Melanie. I see you. We have Kirk Nugent. How it all works.
Yeah, I see him all the time. Hey, how's it going, Kirk?
He's killing it. Yep. David Hunt in the house. Let's see who else. We have FH Umpires in the house. Yeah, she's killing it too, man.
Yes, absolutely.
Man, that's what's up. Right? Did we miss anybody? We have Ibalis in the house. What's up, homie? How you doing? Good to see you. Fixed Point in the building. What's up, man? I see you. Everybody just hanging out. Cool. All right. Well,
awesome.
Yeah. So, oh man, we have Gary Jones. I see you, bro. We have. Let's see here. Hold on. I don't want to miss nobody. Let's see here.
And anyone we did miss, thank you for hanging out with us. We appreciate you.
Yeah, Carl, what's up, bruh? I see you, man. One of my producer homeboys. Cool. That is awesome. All right. So now let's talk about more like present day, because I believe the first time I really got to collab with you was during Vlogmas, when I hit you up to get on the Vlogmas wrap-ups with us. And and that was a lot of fun, and that was like my first time really kind of doing a live stream with you. That was pretty dope. But since then, man, you have had some amazing things happening. Your channel growth is still constantly growing, which is pretty cool. Love to see that. What else? We can talk about the TubeBuddy thing, but before we even get to that, like, what else have you been working on, or what else have you been, doing since, like, Vlogmas, or this year, pretty much? Like, what's
this year?
Yeah.
Oh goodness. Well, I mean, one thing is I was still working full time, so YouTube has always been my side thing. So I had a 9-to-5 corporate job before, so I mean, that was keeping me busy. So
wow.
Yeah.
You still work full time?
Well, now that I work for TubeBuddy, I left my other corporate job and I joined
now you're with that corporate job. Gotcha. All right, cool.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, congrats on. Well, let's just talk about the TubeBuddy thing. Congrats on that. How did that come about? Yeah, let's talk. Like, I mean, that's huge. That's kind of huge, no? I mean, that's huge. Like, we all dream of getting a position to where, like, of course, sometimes it's like stepping stones to bigger stuff, but TubeBuddy, that's TubeBuddy. So it's like, you're getting paid full-time corporately and creatively to do kind of like what you love, like passionate about, which is teaching people, helping people now. So like, how did that come about, and how does that feel? Because we're all super excited for you.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. What's really funny about that is taking this job is actually it is truly a passion project, because I make far less at this job than I did at my job that I left to do this job.
Wow.
That's how much I love it. And what's funny is I have been secretly trying to infiltrate their company for 4 years or more. Who knows? So the backstory on this, way back in the day, what's so funny is okay, you ready for a story?
Let's go. Okay. We're getting an exclusive.
So, yeah, way back in the day, I was in a Facebook group, of course, as we always are. And they were always doing all of these like lives, and there were lots of TubeBuddy guys in there. And at one of the live streams, I was just like, okay, look, guys, we love you, but can we see like a lady every once in a while? Does it always have to be dudes? Like, can we just help me out here? And because I'm very much, I will always call that out, right? Because I was just like, is there never a time to bring on a lady ever?
Wow.
And I called him out on Twitter and Facebook, and Phil actually responded back to me, and he was like, hey, I saw your message, and it's like, we've always wanted to have more ladies on the channel, but it's sometimes harder to find them, but like, you seem really passionate. Would you ever want to maybe make just a video about TubeBuddy? And I was like, don't you threaten me with a good time. I'll do it. But I did, it was just on my channel. And so I had made a couple of videos way back. You'll see them probably 3 years ago or something. And then what's funny is in that same Facebook group, they had some sort of post, and they were saying, hey, the first person to comment on this post, we're going to give you a ticket, because we have one extra to VidCon. As long as you buy your way down here, we'll just give you this extra ticket that their company gave us. And so I ended up not being the first one to comment on it, but he sent me a message later, and he was like, hey, I saw that you weren't the first to comment. And so we gave it to the other person, but he's like, I know that you've been around us for a while. You even made a couple videos. So if you want, if you get yourself down here, we'll pay for your ticket to VidCon. And this is 2018.
Wow.
And of course, back then I was also like, hey, Phil, because it was like $25 or $50 more. I was like, can you make it the creator one so I can go to some of these like extra sessions? I was like, I know you're giving me a free ticket, but can you upgrade that ticket? And he was like, yeah, sure. And so I went down to VidCon, and I met Phil and his brother. And, you would think I would just be like super grateful and be like, hey, love you, great product. But I sat there and I was just like, here's what I don't like about your mobile app, and here's why it's hard to use, and like all this different stuff. And he was just like, okay, yeah, I'm taking notes. Yeah, yep. Thank you for your feedback, because he's so nice if you've ever met him. And what's funny is after a while, it was, I think, Vid Summit, we had a sit down talk. We were having coffee at Vid Summit, which is, a couple months after VidCon. And I was just like, yeah, I really need to see more females, and, like, where are they? And he ended up reaching back out to me a couple months later, and they did an entire month of like women streamers as presenters for the month of November, as like Women's History Month or something like that. And so there was like Sunny Leonard-Doozy and Trina Little and Jessica Stansberry and myself. He invited me, and I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. And so that was super awesome. And then a few months after that, they contacted me and they said, hey, we're thinking of starting this rotation for streamers on our channel. And it would be like a group of 9 or 10 of you, and you would just rotate on this schedule and talk about different topics on our channel. Would you like to do that? And I was like, yes.
Wow.
Sign me up.
Wow.
So if you go back and look, I've actually been on their channel and I probably did like 10 different streams or something. We were counting the other day. I think I've been on their channel like 14 times or 13 times.
Wow.
So I've been around and circling for like many, many years. And it was, so a couple years ago, I reached back out to Phil and I was like, Phil, you've got to get me out of my corporate job. You got to help. You got to find something for me. Like, I know you have channel reviews coming out. Can I like help with those?
Wow.
Do you need like a booth person when you go to VidCon and Vid Summit? Like, what do you got? What do you got for me?
I know, right? I love that.
Right?
Love that.
And he was like, oh, I don't have anything right now, but like, I'll keep you in mind, which is one of those like empty promises / go away things that you hear from people. And then what's really, really funny is then, they got bought by Ben. And then it was just like, a month or something ago, they reached out to me and they were like, hey, we think we finally have something for you. And I was like, what is it?
Hey.
And we went through this interview process. It was like they reached out on a Friday or something, or Saturday. We interviewed on a Sunday, like off hours. And then they job offered me on Monday. And they're like, yeah, it was a very short list. You're it.
Wow.
And I was like, that is a short list. Yes. So
that's what you want.
I was like, you're 2 years late, but I'll take it. You're 2 years late.
I know, right? So talk to us about what this role is and what the position is.
Yeah, so it's a video manager and product expert over there. So that just means that if you have questions about TubeBuddy and how to use the product and stuff, that would be me being a teacher and hopefully being able to help you out with that. So we'll also have some educational content on the channel, including new stuff about how to use the product. Sometimes when there's demonstrations for our parent company, which is Ben, about how to use the tool, especially because a lot of their people who are helping to manage channels may or may not always know about this company that they now are part of, and being able to see how TubeBuddy could maybe help them with their day job, or different onboarding series, or different, just like a lot of product tutorials and in-app type of explainer videos. So it's basically just making a lot of videos teaching you how to use TubeBuddy.
Oh, nice.
It's a lot of that.
Would you kind of be doing what's his name? I forget was doing, the one that kind of just left? Would you?
Yeah, part of it. And then some other stuff as well. So it's not exactly a one-for-one replacement, because there's some additional duties that he was doing that are going to other people in the team. There's some stuff that he wasn't doing that is kind of now on my plate. So it's kind of a new role completely.
Oh,
but
nice,
I get that a lot. I get a lot of, are you the new? And I'm like, no, because he still exists. He's still a person. He's still alive. Like, no.
But no, he was cranking out the TubeBuddy video. So we're going to be seeing you kind of do more of those TubeBuddy tutorial video type things. Yeah,
but it won't just be me. I'm so excited. I don't know how much I'm allowed to share, but there's an entire team behind video team at TubeBuddy. So Rob, that's in the comments. We got Canadian Rob. He'll be doing some great interviews and stuff with people. Sweet. I believe it's going to be on a sister channel that we're going to be starting up. So tons of really great guests are already on the docket. I'm so excited for this series, including, I don't even know if we can say who the first guest is, but I love him. I love his channel. I love his family. I've met them at VidCon. I think everyone's going to be so pumped for this first episode that's coming out.
Nice.
And then also Renee Teely, our VP of Community, is also going to be on the channel doing industry news and different things like that and updates. And there might even be some sneak appearances from some of the people at Ben. And then Judah, who's been doing a lot of our social media, is going to be on the channel as well, doing some shorts and other videos. So there's going to be a whole team of people. And I'm really excited about that because there's a whole bunch of us that are making content, and it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, I can see a nice push coming from the TubeBuddy team. That's what's up. If y'all, I think you guys will be.
I think it's been like a little dry over there, right? There's been a little drought while we're all creating our new content and shows. But I think very soon, very very soon, you guys will be seeing a whole bunch of content.
Hey, that's what's up. Well, we're ready for it. We're absolutely ready for it, man. So that's what's up. Cool. So where we at? 9:45. Okay, cool. I mean, we can go like 10 minutes over since we started like 10 minutes late, if that's cool with you, right?
Sure.
You can't say no on the live stream. No, I'm just joking.
You can, but you just look like a jerk.
No.
You know what's funny is I always used to have something in like my email signature line, and it would say, because I am a stickler for time, and I would always be like, an emergency on your part does not constitute you know that saying,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
You
Lack
know,
of
it's like you being
preparation on your
unprepared.
part
Lack of
does not.
preparation on your
Yeah,
part does not constitute an emergency on mine,
yeah,
because I also used to work in a corporate environment where down to the minute, like if you were overtime in your booked conference room,
yeah.
people would just open the door, unplug your laptop, and be like, "Get out,"
Wow,
you know.
wow.
So it was always like, I used to tell people as well. It's like, if you start late, it doesn't mean that you get to end late. It's just that you still end on time.
Yeah,
Like, yeah,
absolutely.
you would know if you work with. I'm a very much a stickler for time.
Hey, that's what's up. Well, hey, that's one thing you have to respect is time, because you
Yeah.
just don't, it's the one non-renewable resource, right? That's what's up. The combo says Shelly's got the mic in the shot. That's what's up. Maybe that's an insider. I don't know. I got my mic in the shot too. I love my mic in the shot.
I hate having my mic in the shot, honestly.
Really?
It's like, it's a big pet peeve of mine. I've always hated it, but like, because it's the SM7B and you have to be up close to it for it to really sound good.
Yeah.
I'm kind of sometimes made my peace with it. Sometimes you'll see it like at the very tip, at the bottom, and like, unless I have the shotgun mic or something, it's just, I'm trying to like learn to live with it and be like, oh, I look like a real YouTuber streamer person, but I kind of hate it.
I have no problem with my mic being in shot. Matter of fact, if it was up to me, I would have it like this, like all like cover my face up. I don't want
No. See, I want to see I want to see it. I want to see it.
Yeah. That's what's up. So I remember when I first seen your setup, I was like, yo, your setup is legit. It looks like you changed it a
It's actually changed quite a bit. Yeah, what do you think?
It looks like your lighting has changed a bit too.
Well, so I used to sit at a 45, and I had so the corners would come together of and I had a lot of like twinkly lights and flowers and things that maybe weren't as, I don't, they were very female friendly, I guess. So, there was some discussion about maybe we could do something to not be as
dainty.
So I went with this headphone theme, which I think is kind of like fun.
Oh, that's
like
cool.
all these different headphones.
Yeah. Well,
no one can get too upset about headphones, right? But I did keep my superhero.
Yes, that's what's up. Don't dream about it, work for it. And I can still read that through the bokeh.
Yeah.
That's dope. Yeah, I remember seeing your setup and I was just like, yo, that setup is legit. So shout out to you. How long did it take you to like learn like all these different things that it takes to just put a dope set together? Was it pretty natural for you, or did it take a while to like, oh no?
No, it totally took a while. You go back and look at some of my first videos. I mean, it's just something you're always tinkering with, right? Your set dressing, your lighting, your sound, your color balance. You go back and look at some of my earliest beauty videos. Not only are they the bluest, coldest lighting ever, you see my set over like the years like start to grow from like one white cabinet with like some tissue paper flower arts and craftsy thing I did because I needed something into like the thing that I had previously with all kinds of bling and whatnot, into like it is always this long evolution.
It is. It truly is. Like your setup is like, almost like a garden. Like, when you go to grow like your garden, you're always pruning and switching stuff out and always
changing it out. And like it would be like, oh, what do I think about this? Do I want these shiny shoes here? Or like even what's funny is, so insider secret, I take a 2-second video of my background without me in it sometimes, so that I can use that as a green screen whatever. So it just looks like I'm already here, or if I have my stuff covered, because sometimes when you're live streaming as well, you get the reflection from the TV from the computer monitor. So I was like, okay, I'll just do green screen. And even from the first video that I filmed actually for TubeBuddy in some of my video ones, I've changed my set since then, because I decided, oh, let's do purple over here and let's do purple over here and let's change out. So even those videos, they don't match and they're a week apart. So that tells you something. Like I'm always tinkering with the set.
Always changing. That's what's up. So before I let you go, because I love your mindset as it relates to like content creation, YouTubing and stuff like that. And I just love how like you're very straightforward with your approach.
Always.
Yeah. I want to dive into some hardcore, like, I know this is kind of like loaded, so it's not like you have to go in, but if someone wants to like start like a YouTube channel, what do you think are some of the most important things that they should focus on out the gate? You know what I'm saying? You kind of alluded to it earlier, where it's like, don't worry about the camera, get your cell phone and worry about your lighting or something like that. Like, what are some more hardcore like things that new YouTubers should focus on to give themselves more of a chance on YouTube?
Less on the equipment, more on the story and the experience that the person viewing is getting. So it's not experience like, oh, it's so much better because it's in 4K versus, 720. It's not that. It's like, did I feel something? Was I moved? Was I entertained? Did I cry? Did I feel emotionally connected? Do I feel like I want to continue with this person? Do I feel like they looked at me eye to eye, face to face? That connection, that storytelling, that kind of familiarity and being able to be comfortable speaking to a camera naturally is more important than the light that you chose to use or the microphone you ended up getting or whatever else you're filming on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, because you see it. I know I see it anyway. I see like people on YouTube. It's like total polar opposites. It's like people who I see on YouTube. It's like they have every piece of equipment imaginable, right? But they're like not growing, and it's like you can't really vibe with them. But then you have this other guy over here who's like literally getting it off the muscle with a cell phone and like something.
Because people don't because people like them, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So it's like they're more
That's
focused.
what it is. The more connected you are to your audience and like the more you move them emotionally, spiritually, whateverly, that's what makes a better content creator than another.
Wow, I love that. Hilda said this was our DJ at Studio 2001. Yeah, hey, yeah. If you guys don't know, I'm a DJ. I'm still a DJ. So
It's funny. In high school, I was the president of our DJ club.
Hey,
that's what's up.
So
I was actually way back then like business minded because back then they were charging so little for like DJing the high school dances. I was like, how are you guys ever going to buy new music if you don't actually charge more money to actually the student body? And then they're complaining about you guys not having the best music. So I was like, okay, so we're going to triple our rates and we're going to like go actually start buying new music. And like, it was like, even back then I was just kind of like, how can we do more with less? Or how can we do it better? Or how can we be more efficient? Or what can we do? Like, it's always been like that. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay. Just as a side story.
Oh, let's go. I'm loving this. Let's go.
Oh my God. Okay. So, the fair, you go to the fair, you have fair food, all that kind of fun stuff.
Yeah.
So in the Seattle area, we have one of the largest kind of like fairs in the area. It's called the Puyallup Fair.
Okay.
So one of my favorite things to do is go eat fair food, right? Corn on the cob and the elephant ears and like the Dole Whips, like everything you can think of. Oh, earthquake burgers, crusty pups. Like I'm in it. You know what I mean? The funnel shortcake. Yeah. I'm there. I'm thinking about it right now. And this has always been my brain, is just process improvement and efficiencies. And I don't think I've told this story too many times, but at the fair, we were in line for elephant ears, right? And elephant ears at this particular station, there's only two ways that they serve them. It's with cinnamon and sugar, or it's with like raspberry jam, right? It's only these two things. So there is a very long line at this elephant ear station. And like, we're getting up to the front and I'm like, what is the holdup? Like it's hot. Like I want my elephant ear. And the thing was like, there was a girl who was taking the order for the elephant ears. And then somehow she would then go tell the cook which one to make, cinnamon sugar or raspberry. And they would wait to drop it in. So it was like freshly baked at this time. And I was just like, this is the most asinine process I've ever seen in my entire life. There's only two ways that people can have elephant ears.
Wow.
The topping is the only thing that's different. So why don't you just you see the line here. There's nothing else that you serve. Just keep continually dropping in elephant ears and then deciding which topping they need and then give it to them so they're not waiting for 10 minutes.
Wow.
This is my brain. Like my brain cannot shut it off. I was just like literally spewing like this, like, I don't understand why this is so inefficient. You know how many more elephant ears you could be selling? You could be tripling your revenue if, these are volunteers for some, and I'm just like, why can't you do this better? Like,
oh man. Yeah.
That is my brain. I can't shut it off. It's awful. It's awful sometimes. And you're like, why can't you just enjoy it? And be like, elephant ears need to be in the mouths of people. Do you know how we do that? You just keep dropping the dough in. Like, I can't turn it off.
I love it. Yeah, man. Efficiency, man. I don't know. I think some people, they just don't have that in them. Like, just to be like, how can I do this faster, better, more efficient, and make more money out the deal? Yeah. So I
can't turn it off. Yeah. I wish I could.
You're the right friend to have, Shelley. You're the perfect friend.
I'm a very friend to have, actually. I will always try and help my friends find more ways to make money. So behind the scenes, like I'll make an introduction if I can. I'll help them rewrite proposals. When I was in school and we were all trying to get our jobs as we do. And I was helping negotiate people's pays, like offers. And I'd be like, you need to go back and ask for this. You need to go ask for more vacation. You need to ask for an education stipend. You need to ask for, a raise. And I would like literally write their counter offers back to their employers, and they'd come back and be like, they said yes. And I'm like, yes, buy me a coffee. Because way before buy me a coffee existed. But I would be like, yeah, you should buy me a coffee as a thank you, because I just got you an extra $12,000 a year and a $2,000 educational stipend so you can go to a conference.
Love that. I tell my friends all the time, it's like when you get a job proposal, the way you can stand out from your other peers who's going for that same job is be the only one who counter offers, right? And I guarantee you that's going to put you like, oh, this guy's counter offering. What does he know that these other people who are not counter offering know? And they always are the one who get the job. It's like, it worked, bro. It worked.
It worked, right?
Work, of course.
It's like amazing how that works sometimes. Yeah, I will say I'm a very good friend to have. Love that. So when your friends see you coming around, are they ever like, oh, Shelley, come on, Shelley, I know. Yeah, you're ever like, because you're preaching to them like, do this and do that. So I tell people this sometimes, like when you go and you have an issue and you want to chat it out with a friend, I very pointedly, because I have a hard time shutting off, I'm like, what kind of mode do you need me to be in right now? Do you need me to be in like, listen to me, commiserate with me and be like, yeah, screw that guy, he's awful, let's get some ice cream? Or do you need me to be in like, let's fix it mode? Because like, if we're in let's fix it mode, you may or may not like the things that I'm going to say, but it's probably what's needed to fix whatever your problem is. So it's like, don't come to me. I don't know if you've ever seen the little video with a girl with a nail in her head, and the boyfriend trying to be like, just let me get the nail. And she's like, it's not about the nail, but I have this pain right here. I just need you to say, I know what it feels like to have this headache. And you're just like, I just need to pull out the nail because I just need to fix it. So it's like, don't come to me with your problem unless you want me to fix it. Or you have to preface the story with, I need you to be in listen mode. It's not about the nail right now. It's about, can you commiserate with me? And my friends know this about me. I'm like, don't come to me with the, he did this. And I'm like, okay, well, should we go slash his tire? Should we go to his work? Like, what is the course of action that we're going to do so we can just get to it versus like, okay, let's just have wine and cheese,
Like, man, I love that. It's like, so what are we going to do about it? Because
I know. Yeah, exactly. I'm like, okay, so this is your next best step, and then this, and then here's plan B. And then if that doesn't work, we're going to do this. We're going to go sideways over here. Right. But I'm like, don't come to me with this issue unless you actually want me to help you fix this issue.
I say that all the time. Go talk to them. Don't come to me because we can get to fixing. So I love that. Like,
I will say that is one thing that will absolutely drive me banana sandwiches if someone comes to me with the same problem and be like, but I told you how to fix it. You just didn't do it. I have a less patience for that than like, I tried it, it didn't work, I don't know what to do. And I'm like, okay, sweet, let's try this, But like, if someone's just like, I want to complain about the same thing over and over again, and I want you to still be like sympathetic, I'm like, girl, we don't have time for that. Like, no. That bus says, no, it's gone. It's gone.
That ship has sailed and drowned and everything. That's the Titanic.
Oh, yeah.
Love it. I love it.
Just don't do it.
So let me ask you, we only have a few more minutes. Let me ask you what, I know this might be like a silly question, but I know you get into like vertical video I know I won't say it's a trend. It's actually a feature with shorts and everything that we got to take advantage of whenever a platform gives you a new feature. Take advantage of the feature because obviously they're going to help push you more if you do that. I've heard that before. So we could talk about that a little bit as well. But are there any other features or trends that you see coming down the pipeline that's like, you need to get on that, you need to get on that, you need to get on that? Or is it just the vertical shorts thing right now?
Well, I think vertical is absolutely, as much as people want to poo-paw and be like, oh my God, that's not, I'm like, are you kidding me? Do you know how many sites accept it? Do you know how much more like easily it is to convert people into paying customers? Do you know how like widely reusable it is? Do you know, like it converts at higher rates? Like just a million reasons why it's just, and there's so many reasons why, like, how are you going to have like a pipe wrench in like a horizontal video and have it look like good and cinematic? Wow. You are not, there are just some items that are just meant to be shot vertically. And I'm just like, just get over yourself. Just because you think it needs to be in a 2x1 or 16:9, like that's not how a lot of the rest of the world, like if you think about it, like 70% of people on their phones, like internet is coming from your phones. And not only that, but like the majority of the time when people have a phone in their hand, it's in a vertical orientation. And not only the majority of the time when people are on a video site, even when they know a vertical or video is actually horizontal, they still keep their phone in a horizontal mode so they can flip through comments and stuff. So I'm like, why not actually stop their scroll and take up more screen and have it convert better and be able to put it on every single friggin' platform out there? Like, you're missing the bus on this one. Just get over yourself. It's the future. It's here, and you just need to like deal with it. But I think a lot of the things that people haven't really grasped onto is the rise in streaming, like just what we're doing right here, conversations, long form podcasting, repurposing all of this into podcasts, video podcasts, audio podcasts, and live streaming. It's just the uptick has been like 300, 400%, not just because people are home and COVID and creators and all that, but like it's just a lot more people enjoy this type of interaction a lot more.
Wow. I love that. And another thing, it just like kind of like what you were touching on, it actually for certain things, it actually does look better. You know, I've been kind of experimenting with like the vertical and the horizontal, whatever landscape. And for certain shots, it just looks so much more cleaner and better. Kind of like what you said. How are you going to get this wrench and make it really look cinematic?
How are you going to have a sparkling ice, you know, across... It's just not going. No, it's just like it's just when you think about it, it's just like it doesn't even make sense. Like no.
No, that I love that. So let me ask you this: what about vertical long form content? Have you seen? Because with me, it's like I'm starting to film a lot of stuff vertical, but then next thing I know, I got like literally 10 minutes worth of footage, and I'm like, well, I can't. This isn't a short anymore. So it's like, do you see
IGTV and like Facebook video and all of those are, you know, starting to get monetized now too. So you might as well start making the video, putting it out, and starting to get views on it so you can get monetized on it.
So then let me ask you this: do you think we're bottlenecking our content if we do everything vertically? If we shoot it natively vertically, and then now it's kind of say like something happens and it needs to be on TV, or do you think even television is going more to feature more vertical stuff? Do you think?
Well, have you seen the Samsung Zero rotating TV? It actually rotates on its axis for all the like vertical sites, or you know, if you're watching TikToks on TV or different. So there's a rotating TV that I also wanted to. Someone was like, "Why is there even a wrench in the set?" And I'm going to answer that. I always am tinkering with stuff, so including some of like my arms and stuff like that. So I had one. If you watched some of my live streams, I did a makeshift one where I took apart one of these arms and I did it with like a wrench and a whole bunch of other tools. And I made, and like it's put together with zip ties and rubber bands and like it's not like a professional setup, but it does the job when I needed it as an overhead shot. And so it's like, it just always comes in handy. So when you have fasteners and things like that, when you're changing out microphone mounts, like it's always handy to have one.
I have a wrench right over there. I would go get it if I...
Right? It's always handy.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
It's always handy.
Man,
but I did also appreciate someone else's says the side stories, because I always tell my audience when I'm live streaming, I have an extreme squirrel brain. One thing about me is I always have post-its so that I can make sure I can get through all of the notes that I want to on a live stream before I am done, because otherwise I will just do these side random stories and it will be elephant ear stories all day long, which... I mean, fun, but not the point of some of the live streams. So I appreciate someone else's appreciation of the squirrel brain that is in Shelley.
Since we've been talking, it's like, I don't know. It's like, so you have when I see you online, Shelley, of course you're very, knowledgeable. You're very, entertaining, because I see a lot of the stuff you do. Like, you're a singer. I see you playing guitar and singing sometimes, but I would have never because this side I've seen on this stream, I would have never guessed that you have this type of side, which is like the jokey, funny, laughy side.
Oh no, I get that a lot, because in my videos, so in one of my live streams, I actually had Gwen Miller come on and she did a channel assessment. We talked about a lot of the mistakes data-wise that have happened with my channel from just tons of different things that I've done wrong. And one of the things that she talked about a lot was that my videos tended to be, especially the educational ones, very informative, good retention, but people don't know me or my personality. And she's like, I know you personally, and that's not the same personality, because you're truncating it down just so you can get out the information as quickly as possible.
Wow.
And she's like, you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot, because I think if people knew more about your personality, they would allow you to have these longer videos and you would still be fine.
Facts.
But now you have all of this library of content where people find you extremely knowledgeable, but don't have any real personal connection with you or reason to stay after they've learned what they need to from the utility video.
Facts.
So that's why I love live streaming, because people get to watch me be like completely like frantic and discombobulated all the time, and they find it more entertaining, and I find it more fun.
Yeah, absolutely. They find it entertaining because like I can relate to her. She's a hot mess. I can relate to that. Absolutely. Yeah. So yeah, that's true, man. But you know, at the end of the day, right, I think about this. It's like, man, there's millions of tech review people. There's millions of video people. Like, what are we doing, or what's going to make us stand out? And I think it's not so much of being pretentious, like, let me just do something silly just for the sake of being silly and standing out, but more so of like being authentically you. If that is quirky or goofy or whatever, like just be that, because I'm big on like your vibe attracts your tribe. Like that's what you want anyway. Like, you know, so definitely, I think for sure, like maybe let that shine a little bit more. I think you're just like, when you get like in the work mode, you're about business. Like I'm all about business.
I am. Yeah. About getting it done as quickly as possible with like the most amount of clarity. So I always tell people like it's better to be clear than it is to be clever. Wow. But I feel like when I go to live streams, that's my point where I can be like less clear but more clever. Wow. Because it's more personality driven than it is like subject driven.
Wow, I love that. I heard that before too. I don't know where I heard that from, but I heard it's better to be clear than clever. Wow.
Maybe me. I say it a lot. I'm trying to get it drilled into people's head.
Maybe you
See, because people are always talking about like, I helped the soulful woman realign with her like inner child, and I'm like, what the hell does that mean? Are you gonna like teach me how to cook something? Are you gonna take me on a retreat? Are you like, what is that? I don't know. Like, what does that means nothing to me. You've said a lot of words and like none of them mean anything. Stop being floofy.
Yeah.
Be clear.
Yeah. No, I was in Clubhouse. I haven't been on there in months, but when I was on there, this man was doing like bio reviews, and this lady was like, well, can you review my bio? Now her bio was very wordy, and she had some really catchy wordy stuff in there. She was like, I help people get over their trauma through this and that, and she made up some words and everything. And the dude was like, well, that reads good, but after I'm done reading it, I don't know what you do. I'm like, maybe less words and more clarity on what it like.
If I have to search for meaning after a book report, it's just not the right bio for me. Like, no thanks.
If I got to pull out the thesaurus for your bio.
Like, next caller. Nope. Do you know how easy it is to like swipe to the next profile? Like one that actually says, yo, I will help you fix your shit. I'm like, oh, yes, this is the one. This is the one.
I love that.
That's the one.
Yeah. I love that. Yeah. And that's just the thing. Like I bought this book called Hook Point. Is it back here? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I haven't read it yet. So I'm working on like a library of like mindset and content creation, like those type of books. So I bought this book, and it's basically how to stand out in a 3-second world. So it's I'm not promoting that book or nothing. I'm just saying maybe.
No, I hear that one a lot.
Yeah.
In the Daily Stoic, and the YouTube Secrets, and the Gary V Crushing It. Wow. Yeah. Jab, jab, right hook. I mean, I think I did an entire.
No, this is the 10X rule. Hold on.
Yeah, the 10X rule. I think I did an entire Podmas episode. So, you know, a lot of people do Vlogmas. I did a Podmas one. So it was like a podcast every day.
Wow.
In December, it was a couple years ago, but I think I did one on like books you should read if you're a YouTuber, something like that.
That's what's up. I think because what I did was I just like asked people like what were some life-changing books that they read. And I just went and like bought all of them. So yeah. So I think what I'm gonna do is do a video of like showing the books I bought, and then as I read them, I'll do like a book review on each video as I read them. So yeah, I came into this like realization that I didn't like reading, and I won't say I don't like reading, but it's like when you see other people who's like they're gaining like a success in life, and they're like, well, I just learned that by reading this book, or I read this book. It's like, well, maybe I need to try reading books more, because like I can honestly say ever since I graduated high school, which was over 20 years ago, I have not read a book cover to cover besides the Bible. You know what I'm saying? It's like, that's sad, isn't it? Like that is so sad that in over 20 years I have not read a book cover to cover. So I just was like, I got fed up with myself. I'm like,
You
I'm
had
finna stop.
priorities. It doesn't mean that it's sad. It just wasn't a focus in your life. But now it sounds like it is. So it's not that it's sad. It's just you realize later that you want to enrich your life in a different way.
Yeah, absolutely.
Things happen when they're supposed to happen, right?
Yeah, that's true. Very true. Well, it is 10:11, so we have like one more minute. So I just want to say thank you for. Are you doing any more streams tonight? Because I know you stream
tonight. I don't think so.
Okay, you're done. Okay, gotcha. Cool. Well, I mean, I just want to thank you for jumping on the stream. I really wanted to get you on earlier, but I think everything was perfect timing because you got your new role at TubeBuddy. You gave us some great insight of what TubeBuddy is going to be coming down the pipeline. So I'm super excited to see what you guys do over there with the gang. And, you know, I'm always down to jump on a video too. So don't forget about your boy, you know, just let me know.
Well, you know what though? Here's the thing is there's nothing stopping you from making your own TubeBuddy review and putting it on your channel.
Yeah.
You know, like we notice those things when people put out videos and like we retweet them and we look and we, you know, find creators that are like, wow, genuinely using our tool, love our tool, want to actually, I say this like I've been there for like years, but like I've been around them for years, but like they're looking for people that are actually true ambassadors and love it, not just because like, oh, it's just another affiliate program, or oh, it's just, you know, something cool to talk about, or oh, it's just another way to fleece my pockets.
Wow.
You know, so when people actually use it and love it and that is genuine and shows through, like I never got anything from TubeBuddy financially way back in the day when I was making videos, and I was still trying to make videos because especially when I went to VidSum and I met them and I said, I don't like that I can't use canned responses on mobile. And they're like, what are you talking about? You can. I'm like, show me how, because it's not intuitive and I don't know how to do it. So they taught me how to do it there. Then I made the video about how to do it because I didn't think it was clear. So it's like I took the thing that I learned from them and then I made the video. And I think even that video still ranks for that thing at the time because it wasn't intuitive and it wasn't clear, right? And they just thought people understood how to use it and they didn't. Wow. And so I think I ended up making like 4 or 5 product videos before they even probably knew who I was. And I still wasn't getting a lot of views, but like the fact is it also built credibility. And I've talked about 3 products probably on my channel for the past year and a half, 2 years, however long I've had my channel. I talk about Ecamm, I talk about, you know, Restream, and I talk about TubeBuddy. And so like, what do you know, like at the end of July, I'm going to be doing a series on the Ecamm channel, as well as like speaking at their Let's Leap Into Live series. I had a 3-month sponsorship with Restream, and now I work at TubeBuddy. So it's just like those things, right? Like I genuinely use those products. I love those products. I talk about those products. And now those are the 3 companies that I've actually worked with.
Wow.
So I think if you want to do something with TubeBuddy, and this goes for anyone out there, if there's some other company that you really love, make videos about that thing. Like tell people what you already like about them. They're going to notice. They will notice.
Man, that's
and it makes it easier in the future. If you want something from them, if you have, like way back in the day, I had made these videos. I got that ticket to VidCon. I talked to them. And then I even was like, hey, I'm helping organize Seattle YouTube Day. And I think it would be really cool if you guys came and sponsored it. They sent Andrew out here. Like we got to hang out together. We got to do a live stream at the conference. He got to speak. I mean, nice. These things happen because of relationships that you have with companies that happen over time. That starts with let me make a product video or whatever, even when there's nothing in it for you.
That is crazy. Love that. Yeah, I was kind of blown away. I think I heard Brian G say that he made if it wasn't Brian G, it was Roberto Blake. Somebody was one of those two was like, yo, I made a lot of money within the TubeBuddy affiliate program. And I
encourage anyone to sign up for that.
Yeah, I didn't know it was that lucrative. So I gotta really look at it.
It's not that it's like lucrative, but I'm just saying it's just one more thing that you can, if you're actually using it, then you should get paid to talk about it. And they have one of the nice things, just like Ecamm does, they do a recurring one. So if someone stays, then you can continue to get paid, which is great. And the more people that you refer, you can then move up in terms of percentages for how much they'll end up giving you. And if you guys have questions about affiliate program, not only should you join, but that will get you on a newsletter that Rob Balasabas, Canadian Rob, he sends out a newsletter specifically for affiliates. They do Zoom trainings or like kind of like meetups for affiliates. So you guys can kind of like understand, you know, new promotions that are going on or different ways. If you need help with email copy and how to swipe, if you want to send it out in your email list. So it's really about how to be not only a better creator, but just better, more well-rounded, all of the stuff when it comes to affiliates that you can apply to anything. So I would say if you're interested in becoming an affiliate, because it's free, you should sign up.
Yeah, absolutely. I think kind of like what you said, it's another piece to the puzzle that adds to the big piece of the pie, if that makes sense. Puzzle and pies.
There's an entire Discord channel about affiliates. So Rob's in there usually, answering questions. If affiliates have questions about like, what does this mean? Or how do I do this? Or how do I redeem my 30-day free trial that I'm giving someone? Or how do I generate, that link so someone can try it out? Like, we're here trying to help people spread the word and make money at the same time.
That's what's up. I love that.
Right?
Kind of like what you said, if you're using it, and that's just not TubeBuddy, but anything, whatever you're using, it could that thing could actually pay for itself by just obviously you're using it because you like it, right? So why don't you tell somebody else about it? So
So Ecamm, like, they have an affiliate program. Restream has an affiliate program. So I'm an affiliate with all of those. And they pay better than like a lot of the time Amazon does. So you might as well like sign up for all of these things. And not only that, when I live stream, because I go through Ecamm and I push to Restream to all of the other sources, but I always configure my social media post for the Twitter feed to include the link to the YouTube video, the Ecamm trial, as well as the Restream if they want to save money. So like, go ahead. Every single time I go live, which is a lot, then at least it's getting out there. If someone clicks on it, great.
Yeah, so in the next 48 hours, I'm going to actually, because I've just been lazy, but I stream a lot as well. And I just put like my title and keep it going. But now I need to make like a copy and pastable thing that I see like you do and everybody else do. And then just copy and paste that in the Restream so it can go out. Yeah.
I say I go live using Ecamm Live and Restream, and then I put a link for the trial and the $10 off coupon for either. So if people click on it, great, and it always has the link to the YouTube video up top. Another thing, since you're live all the time, if you have, and I think you said this stream is also sponsored by TubeBuddy, right? Yeah. If I were you, I would create an animated lower third that has like the TubeBuddy and your link or something, or say like, hey, check out the description for like a free trial or a discount or something like that, because why not?
Exactly. Yeah, I have to stop being lazy, because those are the things that you really just do one time and then copy and paste and it's there forever. So yeah, my bad. I got to get on it.
You're bad. It's just now that you know better, you do better, right?
Wow, love it.
That's the whole thing. It's not always about like no one gets it right immediately off the bat and does 100% from the very beginning. It's always tinkering and improving, and so it's like, oh yeah, it's sponsored by TubeBuddy. Maybe I should make a lower third or an animated thing or put it in the description box, and it's just getting a little bit better over time each time, and that's what leads to like I was here and now I'm here.
Wow, I love that, and that's actually more like seeable, if that's a word, with live streaming, because it's like if you focus week to week or stream to stream on just improving something, by like a month later somebody's like, man, your stream is amazing. It's like, well, I actually just baby stepped my way to this each stream. So
absolutely, right? So the first time I think I did a stream, like I didn't have a green screen background, or I didn't have like a nameplate, or I didn't have like a different animation that came up. So like I would, in the next week build an animation, or I would do one thing, and it's like all of a sudden now you have a scene list that's like super long. And so it's that like no one waits until every single scene is perfect in their Ecamm before they go live the first time.
Yeah. Love that. Well, it's been such an amazing time, an amazing show with you. Thank you so much for agreeing to come on the show. Definitely want to do like some collabs with you in the future, or maybe some live streams or some videos, some pre-recorded stuff. So I'm definitely, if anything that makes sense, I'll shoot it over to you. I know you're super busy now, but it would be dope to have you, on some type of collab. Any like closing remarks? Like, are you still doing like your courses? And don't you have like courses and like
I do have a course. It's for it's called Imovie Made Easy, and it is basically a 6.5 hour on-screen tutorial like walkthrough of how to get started with iMovie. And I even have all of the clips so that you can download them and you edit with me in like real time if you want to. So we work on the same project together. And I worked so hard on that course. And so I want people to actually see it and use it. And what's funny is that's how I was first introduced to Ecamm, because I used it for recording all of my on-screen stuff, all of my iMovie stuff. And I used it for months getting that course ready before I ever went live with it as a streaming tool.
Wow.
So.
Look at that.
Yeah, I'm the atypical Ecamm user because I was just like, okay, nope, it's screen recording, it's it's getting ready for my course, and then I was like, I'm not even worried about live streaming until a lot later.
Yeah. Wow. So by the time you did go live, you already knew all the ropes and everything.
No, not at all. I knew no ropes. No ropes, because it wasn't anything I was doing. There's only two things I was doing. I was screen sharing, and it was, me, the intro, and then screen sharing. Like, those were the two things I knew how to do. I knew nothing else. I didn't know any other scenes, transitions. Like, hooking up the stream deck was just like round, peg, square, hole. Like, no, it just was like monkeys, like, like, the files are in the computer. Do you know that one from Zoolander?
Yeah.
Oh, in the computer. Like, it was straight up that. It still is sometimes.
I had my stream deck sitting on my desk for months, and then I seen Henny the business just do something really quick with the stream deck, and he set up the whole little profile in like 2 minutes. And I'm like, it's that easy? And then I said, I gotta stop being lazy, and I just kind of like hooked it up, and now I got my scenes and stuff on here. But sometimes we overthink stuff. It's like stuff
we do
like easy.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure.
But cool. But thank you so much. We're not going to hold you too much longer. So definitely, guys, if you not subscribe to her channel, she has a super informative channel. Make sure you go subscribe. Also, she's now working with TubeBuddy. So if you need anything, definitely feel free to reach out to her. She's the plug now, so definitely take advantage of that.
I don't know what that means. That's good.
She's the plug.
Because usually when I think the plug is like, I'm not good. Okay.
The plug is good where I'm from. Trust me, you want to be the plug. So
all right.
Cool. But yeah, so thank you so much again for coming on. Thanks to everybody in the comments, man. We had a really good time tonight. I learned a lot. Definitely go connect with her on her social media. I'm actually going to send you a shirt, Shelley. I send all my guests a shirt. It's the Creators on the Come Up shirt. And
nice.
So be looking for that. I need your address. Or your PO box or your shipping, whatever you got. So when we get off, when you get a chance, just send that to my IG and I'll take care of you. Other than that, man, we appreciate you guys for watching. Shout out to Sammy Superstar that stopped through. FH Umpires.
Keely.
The plug is the source. Yeah, the plug is the source. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's a good thing. It's a good plug.
Thanks, Louise.
Well, cool. Well, hey, thank y'all so much for watching. I appreciate y'all. And we'll see you next week with another guest here on Creators on the Come Up. And y'all have a blessed night. Thanks, y'all. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks for watching. Tune in next week. Same time, same place. God bless. Be safe.